Um, uh, oh, how do I start this? Okay. Hi, I'm Kyara Solo, and this is my vlog. I guess, kind of, sure. Diary? Is it a diary? Is it a vlog? No, because I'm sharing it with people, so it's definitely a vlog, not a diary. Though I am going to be ranting a lot, so it might be a diary that I'm sharing with people. Like you all. Like the entire galaxy. I don't know. Just gonna post it on the holonet. See what happens. Maybe people will like it. My dad will hate it. Whatever. Okay, let's get started. Hello galaxy, I'm Kyara Solo. My parents are Ray and Ben Solo. And before you ask, no, my dad isn't dead. There's been a lot of confusion about that recently, which is kind of why I'm posting this video. He's not dead. So the story starts off in Exegol. That's where Uncle Poe and Finn always kind of start the story anyway, since that's where the war ended. Okay, so my mom and dad defeated Palpatine. They killed him off. He's gone. Dead. In pieces. I don't really know. I didn't really understand that whole thing. He's dead. And then my mom died, which that's weird to me too. Because they always kind of skip over that part of the story. She died, and then apparently my dad crawled out of some pit that he was yeeted into, and saves my mom. And everyone always just glances over that part. So I'm not even really sure. I guess it was force healing in an intense amount of way. Weird though, right? Really weird. No one really likes to talk about it, and no one will teach me about it. So I can't really give too much information to you guys because no one will give any information to me. So basically what happened was my dad saved my mom from dying, which made him really, really weak. So he was gonna almost die. But my grandma Leia, who was still kind of sticking around in the Force, she was still, holding on, used her remaining Force strength powers, whatever you want to call it, to get to open the entrance between the world between worlds on Exegol. So my dad went to the world between worlds, not dead. He wasn't dead. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. I mean, it barely makes sense to me, and I'm supposed to be the one that understands this stuff. So I'm sorry if it's a bit confusing. Anyway, so my dad went to the world between worlds. My mom was really upset because she thought he was dead, probably. I mean, he just kind of disappeared. But she went back to the Resistance, to Uncle Finn and Poe and Aunt Rose and all of that. And they hugged. There was a lot of crying. Lots and lots of crying. I've heard there was a lot of crying. Yeah. Basically, my mom was kind of in denial about him being dead, which is good because he wasn't dead. And she did a whole bunch of research and found in the Jedi text about the world between worlds, and had this whole theory because obviously there was an entrance on Exegol, and it said that in the text, and so she decided that she was going to go to the world between worlds because even if he wasn't there, she would be able to save him from another point in time. So for anyone who does not know what the world between worlds is, which is probably a lot of you, unless you're learning about the Force like I am, the world between worlds is a plane within the Force. It's wait, let me get my textbook. It has all this stuff in it. Okay, I got it. Okay, so it's a plane within the Force, and it exists between time and space. So it links all moments of time together. So if you're in the world between worlds, everything happens in that place at the same time. Like everything that's ever happened and anything that's ever gonna happen is all happening at the same time in this world between worlds. And there's a whole bunch of doors that like you can go through to get to certain times and places in the world, in the universe. And like depending on who you are and who you're with, the doors lead to different places. So like you can't just like go into the world between worlds and go through a door and end up in a time that has nothing to do with you. Like everything's gonna have something to do with you or your life or someone you loved life. It's all like interconnected like that. So there's lots of entrances to it, including the one on Exegol, but it's not like super easy. Like you can't just like walk into the world between worlds and have a nice little like stroll through the past, present, and future. Like it's like really complicated to get there. And it's, I don't know. I'm not really sure exactly what it looks like. I only really know how my mom describes it, kind of, and my dad, but my dad really barely remembers being there. He like kind of remembers being there, but he doesn't really like to talk about it that often. So I kind of like have this sketch of it. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense at all. I can like try to like zoom in and focus. It's like that. So like there's a door that's like one door, but you see how there's like a whole bunch of like different pathways, and like it's not like an actual real thing. So there's a door, but then there's like other doors that you can get to, and oh, it's not focusing. Focus. There we go. There's other doors that you can get to too on different pathways, and it's kind of just a jumble mass of confusion. So since it's like such a jumble mass of confusion, you can imagine like how hard it would be to find someone in there. Apparently it took like weeks. It took weeks and weeks and weeks for Mom to find my dad. But she did finally find him, which is good, because if she hadn't, then I wouldn't really be here. So anyway, that's kind of what happened and how I kind of exist now. We all live on Naboo, so my parents moved to Naboo after they like found each other again, and then they moved to Naboo and they had me, and we live on the Veracino estate, which used to belong to my great-grandmother's family, Padme Amidala, or Padme Nabari Amidala. I always forget the middle one. And it was really cool because it's really pretty, and it's also where all the family drama happened, which is kind of funny because no one likes to talk about it, but we like live there. I don't know. I think it's ironic. I think it's hilarious. We only learn about it in history though. We talk about it, and my dad doesn't like me making jokes. But I do anyway. But we only really live there for half of the year. The other half of the year, we live at the Force Academy that my parents started when I was 5. Yeah, I think they started it. I was around 5 when they started it. I don't know, I was little, I can't really remember how old I was. But they started this Force Academy for Force-sensitive children, to teach them like about the Force so everyone can understand it, to like, I guess, prevent another big like war from happening, or to prevent like the Jedi or the Sith or like any like group like that from happening again. Because the idea is that if everyone who's Force sensitive and able to wield the Force in a way that like we can, understands the Force to its full extent on light side and the dark side and everything in between, just like understands everything, then people are less likely to, you know, choose one side. Because when my parents were growing up, they were kind of like forced to choose a side. Like you had to choose light or you had to choose dark, which is like really weird to me, because like there's some really, really cool aspects. Like I get it. You were supposed to choose the light side. Like that was the good side. Obviously, like I'm not a terrible person. Like I don't want to like do anything bad, but like there's some like pretty cool aspects of the dark side of the Force. Like, there's some really cool stuff that you can use. Like, really cool. And I'm not allowed to be too excited about it. They like preach no picking light or dark, but then as soon as I get super psyched about something, it's like a big deal. What do they think I'm gonna do? Go like put a mask on or something? Like, oh my gosh. I make better choices than that. I hope they don't see this. I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I'll cut that part. Okay, so now that you know all about my parents and all that family drama, I'm actually going to introduce you to me, which is what this video is supposed to be about in the first place. Okay, so I'm Kyara Solo. I'm 16. I live on Naboo. We live on the Varakino estate for half the year, and then we live in the at the Naboo Force Academy the other half of the year, since it's kind of almost like a boarding school a little bit, but it only like happens half of the year, since my parents are very adamant about everyone spending time with their family, which is like really cool, I guess, because that means I only have to go to school half the year. Well, I have to go to like school half the year. They're always trying to teach me stuff at home. What else? I like building things. Like, I built my own droid last year. His name is BB5C. Oh, here. Hey, buddy. Hey, come here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pick you up. Why are you so heavy? Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. We're gonna introduce you to everyone. Okay, say hi. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't it cool? Okay, so this is BB5C. He's my droid. Yes, I know. He's very cool. He wants you all to know that. He's a BB unit, as you can see. Yeah, I know. I don't know what else to say. He's my, my biffle. I have other friends though, not just droids, I promise. Yeah, I do. Stop being so dramatic. He's very dramatic. I know. I know what I said. Okay, anyway, I'm putting you back down. Here, I'll put you down over here. Yeah, stop whining. Whiny. So anyway, that's my droid BB5C. I built him last year with the help of my mom. And he's cool. He's cool. He has a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun when BB-8 comes over with Uncle Poe and Finn. And what else happens? I don't know. I don't know how to wrap it up. Let's just wrap it up. That's probably good for today, right? Now you all know me. You all know that whole backstory, which is really what we needed to get cleared up. That's about it. Oh, crap. Yeah, I know, I'm coming. Okay. Okay, I gotta go. My parents are yelling at me again. Oh, crap. I hope they didn't find out about the TIE fighter. Okay, I gotta go, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.